tell you a little bit about my journey, how I got to where I am, and I'm going to start by letting you know that when I was 15 years old, I wrote, directed, and performed in my own one-person play. And at 15, I had no idea that 15 years later, I would be creator, executive producer, and host of my own talk show for teens. When I was 9 years old, I took dance classes at a local dance studio in Columbia, South Carolina. I had no idea that many, many years later, I would grow up and I would be on Dancing with the Stars. And my whole life, I volunteered with abused and neglected kids, I worked at soup kitchens, I was on student council, and I had no idea that someday I would be able to speak at the United Nations. The point is that I had no idea. And with as much as you know right now, you have no idea how the decisions that you're making today and the things that you're doing and the choices that you make are going to affect the rest of your life. When I thought about Alley Cats and what an opportunity you have here, I thought, man, first, the A in Alley Cats, acknowledgement. I really want you to acknowledge how awesome you are, how amazing you are right now. And even though it says that you're here because you want to change the world, I want you to acknowledge that just by being here, you already have changed the world. The next thing is to listen. Listening to your inner voice that always guides you and tells you what's right and what feels good. And then to also listen to your parents and mentors. Next is to learn. I don't know about you, but most of my life I felt like I knew a lot. You know, I knew a lot of things, but what I found is that sometimes I kept learning about things I already knew about, and one of the hardest things is to learn new things. And so I want to encourage you to really expand beyond what you already know and try to learn something new. The next thing is to yield. You know, like when you're driving, you don't probably drive yet, but your parents are driving, and you yield, which just means kind of moving out of the way and falling in line. Sometimes we're not always right. I find all of the time that I'm not right. And so I think it's important to yield sometimes. Then cats. Know yourself. I think the best thing that you can do right now in your life is take time to really get to know yourself. To know what you like, what you don't like. And that means without any idea of what the media tells you you should like, not what your friends like, not even what your parents like, but what you really like, what really makes you feel good, and what you really want. And then once you know yourself, the next step is to really accept yourself. To accept the fact that there are things about you that you may want to change, and there's things you may always want to change. But you accept yourself, and you know that the core of you is very, very beautiful. The other thing that you can do is to teach as you learn. I've always done that. I've always taught, basically once I knew something. And when you do that, it always encourages you to continue to take that next step in life when you're teaching as you're learning. So you learn something new, you teach someone else. You learn something new, you teach someone else. And then what it does is it creates accountability, because now you taught someone something and they're looking to you for guidance and for inspiration. And the last thing is the Z, and that stands for zeal or zest. And that is to be enthusiastic. To stay positive and idealistic and enthusiastic about life, and to have so much joy that you can't even contain it. Alley Cats to me is just, it's really honoring the fact that there are plenty of young girls out there that are doing well and that have their mind on the right things and have the objective of changing the world. And I think as adults, it's our responsibility, it's our calling to support that and to reward it, so that these young girls know that they do have people that care about them and see them. Because I think a lot of times the reason why young people in particular, sort of fall off or get off the path is because they find that it's easier. You know, people get attention for doing things that are just crazy. And Alley Cats is really giving attention to girls that are doing, and young boys that are doing really great things. So I just
Yeah, you've had an opportunity to meet some of these kids who actually have created these nonprofit organizations themselves. What's that been like for you, meeting some of these girls? They're 13 years old.
Oh, my stomach is like in my throat. I'm trying so hard to hold back tears because it is so moving to see that there are young people, 13, 12, 9. A 9-year-old girl got some seeds from school and grew it into a 40-pound cabbage, didn't know what to do with it, and instead of tossing it, which, you know, a lot of kids may have done, took that to a soup kitchen, and now tomorrow is going to be able to bring the herbs that she's growing to homeless kids right here in New York. I mean, if that's not powerful and moving, I don't know what is. So to me, to get to meet these young people and just, you know, give them, I'm probably more inspired by them than they are by me, truly, because what they're doing in this world right now with so many other options is exceptional, and I'm proud, I'm honored, it's amazing.
Now tomorrow morning you're going to actually deliver some of these jeans that's being created today to 6 homeless girls.
Yeah.
Are you excited about that?
I'm so excited about going and delivering these jeans to 6 homeless girls, and also LEI donated 600 pair of jeans. So, you know, self-esteem is such a huge part of life no matter what your situation is, and to be able to gift them something that they know was specially created and know that there are people out there that are aware of their situation and want what's best for them and are supporting them, and that we're all kindred spirits and we're sisters out there. You know, it's amazing to be able to share in that and be a part of it.
Now, what are some of the messages that you want to put inside your jeans that you're going to design?
For the jeans that I'm going to sign, I really want to put the message of being yourself and trusting in the process of life. Sometimes you think that that the situation you're in is so grim, but the truth is that it's an opportunity to overcome that obstacle and really shine.
Now you are also filming this for an episode of Gimmo Mo.
Yeah, I'm filming everything that's going on here at this conference for Gimmo Mo, which is my teen talk show, GimmoMo.com. And it's because I just am so moved by the work that's being done here, and particularly with rock and roll, the denim messaging, being able to actually do something. To be inspiring is cool, but to be motivating to me is even cooler. And that's what Gimmo Mo is really all about. It's about the motivation. So I saw this as a great way to show someone that took inspiration and turned that into doing something. Because a bunch of ideas and thoughts and feelings doesn't really get us that far until we actually make that step and do something. And going and getting to meet these 6 girls and, you know, being able to drop off these herbs that are going to go to soup kitchens so that their food doesn't have to be bland. You know, we forget about people, and it's terrible. You know, it's like you think that just because someone's in this situation that they don't deserve to have a healthy meal. No, that healthy meal, those fresh herbs that were planted by an 11-year-old girl with so much love, that healthy meal is actually something that can really change someone's life and give them the mental capacity to fill their belly and make them have enough clarity to possibly pull themselves out of that situation.
Now you're getting ready to go travel the world with Gimmo Mo.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about that experience?
Yeah. Right after this, I'm flying back to California. I'm packing up my car with my dog and driving to South Carolina. I'll be stopping along the way, recording the whole thing. And when I get to South Carolina, I'm setting up shop, and I'm touring the Southeast region to start. It's where I'm from. I'm from South Carolina, Columbia. I was born in Orangeburg, and I felt like, you know, to start this global tour, I wanted to go home first. So I'm going to be going into schools and really calling them to action, really asking young people in elementary, middle school to really look at themselves and where they are and what they can be doing to help their communities. And then beyond that, in January or February of next year, I'm going to take Gimmo Mo global, and I'm going to be traveling all over the world to developed as well as developing countries, and so that I can really show kids here in America the difference between what a school looks like in Atlanta versus what a school looks like in maybe Portugal, or what it looks like to not be able to go to school like in Uganda. So I think, you know, one of the best things that we have right now is the internet, and if we use it the right way, we can connect people all over the world and show what is underneath it all, which is truly our humanity. This is a youth empowerment movement.
Gimmo Mo, and it's not just about American youth, it's about the youth of the world. And if you go into a community and you are able to learn from them and have them teach you something, and then just give them just an ounce of inspiration, hope, education, a meal, the way that our world can transform is phenomenal, and I want to see it from my own eyes so that I know what I'm talking about.
And one last thing, what country are you really looking forward to kind of shedding light on the most?
Africa. I'm really, really excited about going to Nigeria, Kenya. I want to go to Somalia, you know? I want to go to forgotten places. I want to go to remote villages that I haven't even heard of yet.